Hey humans, Coach Mindy here with your Find the Drive workout of the day. Today we have leg work for core work. 3 rounds, not 4 time. So 3 rounds of 15 per side, leg over object, 15 of both legs together over an object, 15 reps of both legs going around an object. Then we have a leg lift to overhead fold, also for 15 reps. And you're gonna close out each round with 15 sit-up, roll-up, push-ups. Lots going on there. Then, after you finish those 3 rounds 4 time, we've got a 3-minute EMOM of push-ups, which we'll go over in a bit. To get you ready for this, our warm-up will be 2 times through, 10 reps each. First, we're starting out with good mornings, fingertips by your ears, pinch those shoulder blades together, soft bend of the knee, and hinge. You're gonna give me 10 reps there. Then we're gonna go down to the ground for the remainder of our movements, starting out with a fire hydrant. So, quad position, which is hands underneath the wrists, knees underneath the hips. You're gonna give me 10 circles forward, 10 circles backwards, and you're gonna do that per side. From the front, just something I would like you to watch. When you lift that knee as high as you can, all your weight should be on that same side's arm. So if we put weight in our other arm, we'll bend and lean, and now it's not our actual hip doing the work. So we wanna isolate that as much as possible. For me, because I know I can cheat without my permission, I'll even lift that opposite arm. If that's not in the cards for you, that's okay, but maybe go up on your fingertips or something to give you an indicator to not put pressure there. So you're gonna do 10 per side, both directions. Then we're gonna go to a lateral quad stretch. Now I put quad in there because we start in quad position. It's not a quad stretch per se. So, quad position, wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. We're gonna kickstand one foot out to the side. My foot is flat, toes forward. It's aligned with my knee. And I'm gonna drive energy down the outside of my leg to the blade of my foot. We don't wanna rock our foot out like that. We're not gonna get the stretch that we want. I also have my back toes flat on the ground, not tucked. From here, you're gonna sink your chest down nice and slow, trying to bring that butt as close to your heel as possible, but not forcing it. You're gonna give me 10 on one side, 10 on the other. Then you're gonna come back to this original side. Everything remains the same, but now we're trying to lift that leg up. You're gonna give me 10 there. After that, on your bum for a Russian twist. For a Russian twist, we have some options. Option 1, feet are on the ground, lightly, just my heels, and I'm gonna twist side to side, leaning back, but not rounding out. So keeping my chest up, but leaning. Also, like I'm gonna go in a recliner. We can do 10 per side there. Option number 2, legs are up, same thing, keeping my chest up, fully rotating. And a final option is if you want to have a weight in your hand, you can. And if you want to use it to touch the ground, you also can, if you can do so with control and without rounding out. Something to watch for though, when we use a weight, I'm gonna keep my feet on the ground just for this example. We tend to just drop our hands and we're twisting our shoulders and not our whole trunk. So just be aware of that if you decide to use a weight. After that, a high plank to downward dog. 10 reps there. And then you're gonna close out with a 45-second high plank hold. You're gonna go through that warm up 2 times to get you ready for some leg work for core work. So I have a kettlebell in front of me. You can use any object that you would like. This kettlebell is gonna line up right in the center of me, in between my feet. Sitting up nice and tall, hands can be on your hips or beside you, or out in front of you, which is the most challenging, but again, make sure you're not rounding out. Keep that chest up. 15 up and over on my right, 15 up and over on my left. From here, I'm going to point my toes, flex my quads, which should be going on anyways, up and over for 15 reps, both legs, up and over. You can lean back slightly. You can have your hands back. This is a little bit easier, allows for a little bit more of a counterweight for your legs. Whatever way you choose, find what is most challenging for you, because this is not for time, it's about getting a good core workout. But please make sure that you do not round out and your chest drop. Our shoulders are not earrings, and we don't want our body to cheat and not let the body parts intended to be working, not working. So, single leg, 15 each, both legs, 15. Then we're gonna scrunch up and push around for both legs around. I'm keeping my ankles locked together for both of my leg movements. You can have a counterweight here, same thing, keep that chest up, legs locked together, my whole leg is flexed, and I have my hands just to my side. So you got 15 reps around an object, meaning just going side to side. Now this next movement, we're gonna have a couple options. This is a leg lift to overhead touch, which is exactly what it sounds like. I'm gonna lift my legs and try to touch the ground overhead. It's gonna look like this. And that is as fast as that should go. It should be a nice controlled lift. My ankles are locked together. I'm pointing my toes to keep my quads and my entire lower body flexed. No pocket underneath my back. Making sure I'm not arching, keeping everything nice and tucked. I'm gonna roll up with control as far as I can, touching if I can, and then more importantly than going up is controlling that descent all the way down, keeping my back nice and flat to the ground. If you find that you can curl up, no problem, but then you don't have the control down, maybe we're just doing a leg lift as high as we can, and then lowering with control. If we are not able to keep that core stable, maybe we just do normal leg lifts. That is totally an option. What's important is that we're able to control the up and control the down. You got 15 reps there. My weight overhead was just to give me some stability. You do not have to use this. I would also encourage you not to grip anything like the bottom side of the couch, because the tendency there is we're pulling too much versus using our core. So that was just to give me a stability point. I'm not pulling, it's a 10-pound kettlebell, so it's not giving me any really good feedback. It's just for a reference point. Final movement, one of my favorites, super fun. It's a sit-up, roll-up, push-up, which is exactly how it is sounding. Words are hard. All right, so I'm laying all the way flat in one motion. Sitting up. Option one was that. I sit up, I pop my feet underneath me, jump forward, jump back into a push-up, and reverse it. Another option, I sit up, I cross my legs, like crisscross applesauce. I rock my weight forward to put my hands down. I step back, still go into a push-up, step forward, back into crisscross applesauce, and all the way down. For crisscross applesauce, you're going over the top. It just allows more range of motion. If that is not an option, you can set it all the way up. If you go to the side, like you have to go to one leg, that's okay. Just make sure you are alternating legs each time. Everything else looks exactly the same. The final way to do this, if going over the top, and it needs to be over the top, never off to the side, is not an option. Simply sit up, roll over, instead of roll up, and then go into a push-up, and reverse it. So, 15 reps of all of those, 3 rounds, not for time. After all of that is done, we're going to do a 3-minute EMOM of push-ups. This can be, you set a timer for 3 minutes and see how many push-ups you can do. Going to the max, push-ups. Another option is warming up with a set of push-ups, seeing what set is hard for you. Is 7 push-ups like where you start to get shaky arm or lose form? Is it 10? All right, every minute, on the minute for 3 minutes, do 10. I typically like to do 10 to maintain a nice, strict, controlled cadence. You can do what is best for you. If you want to use this as a barometer and just go full tilt, it's your fitness, go for it. But that comes after the leg work for core work. If you have any questions or need any alternatives, let me know. Otherwise, have a great workout.